So if you joined me last week, I did a whole week of thrifting. I originally started out looking for furniture, did not find any furniture, but then I shifted my focus to finding some things that I wanted to take with me on a trip to the beach with my family coming up. So I did find a few dresses, I found a pair of jeans, and several of those items need to be either altered to fit better or are items that I want to just completely thrift into a different style. So I have 3 items in particular that I think I'm going to try to focus on this week. The first one is a very flowy knit Calvin Klein dress that I thrifted. And this dress, it's actually really nice. It's in great condition, but I don't know that the style is really totally my style, even though I do think it's a really pretty dress. So I think I'm going to actually flip that one into more of a 90s style dress with like a ruched bust and then a more fitted dress through the bodice and the skirt. And then I also have a dress that I think I want to cut off into a top. I'm not sure what I want to do with the remaining fabric yet, but for now I think it'll just be a really easy flip to make it into a top, like a cute summer tank top. Then I also have a pair of jeans that I thrifted. They are Ralph Lauren jeans, and they're actually really nice. They fit really great in the thighs and the butt, but they are way too big in the waist. It's actually a pretty easy alteration to take in the waist. I've done it many times on many pairs of pants because it's an alteration that I actually have to do quite often for ready-to-wear pants. I'm actually going to start with the one that I perceive to be the hardest to flip. I'm going to start with the Calvin Klein dress. So I'm actually really nervous to cut this dress because it's really nice. It's actually in really great condition, but I need to get started. I've been kind of procrastinating today getting started on it because I'm just nervous to cut it up. And if things don't go as planned, I do have a backup plan. So if I cut this thing in half and it looks like it's just not going to work the way that I had planned, I think I'll still be able to use all of that fabric to create a dress. I do want to create just a more fitted style dress out of this, and it may just have to be like a shorter length dress, because one of the ideas that I had for this was to make a tube dress, which I think would also be really cute. So I could do like a really simple tube dress with some really simple spaghetti straps and call it a day. So that's my backup plan. So I'm going to get started on that now. What I need to do first is decide where I want to cut this. This does have a little bit of a built-in bra, a little shelf bra under here with elastic. So I think I just want to cut this just a little bit below that. I'm going to mark this with a safety pin at the distance that I want to cut it, and then I'm going to cut it, even though I'm a little nervous about cutting it. So anyway, because this is going to be a little bit tough to cut straight, measuring from the top, I'm actually going to measure from the hem of this dress. So I'm going to measure from the hem up to these points, and I'm just going to create several markings around the perimeter of the dress that I can use as a guide for cutting. So now I've just gone through and marked several locations at that 41.5 inch mark. I have a couple here that I marked incorrectly. And I'm just going to cut this connecting the dots, which I'm a little nervous about, but here we go. Now I've got this thing deconstructed, and I've just pinned on the side here where I think I want the width of the skirt to be, just to kind of give me an idea. I'll probably cut it just a tiny bit bigger than that just to be safe. Go ahead and prepare the bottom half of the dress and kind of get that fitted where I want it to, all the way up to the under bust. Then I will gather the top and connect it to the skirt. All right, so I have cut the skirt a little too tight. I don't even know how I managed to do that, because I actually gave myself extra because I was nervous about cutting it too tight. And anyway, it fits. It's not like crazy tight, but it does kind of cup under the butt a little bit, which I don't love. I feel like it's just a little bit too bodycon for me for what I was going for with this dress. So I thought about adding, what is it called, like a godet on the side seams, and kind of give the skirt a little extra flare down at the bottom so that it doesn't necessarily cup under my butt so much. I'm going to get the bodice kind of taken in here at the top just so it fits close up here, and go ahead and attach it to the top where it attaches to the bust. So yeah, that's the plan. I put this on and I was like, well damn it, because it was just a little too tight. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. I sewed 2 rows of basting stitches around the bottom of the bust piece that I cut off. And that is so that I can gather this and fit it to the skirt piece that I just finished creating. So I gathered the bottom of the bodice and made sure that it was really nice and even and matched up with the circumference of the top of the skirt, and attached those pieces right sides together. And I've used pins liberally here just to make sure that everything stays in place. And I'm just gonna baste this on first to make sure that I like the placement of it. Then I'll go in and serge it on the serger. Okay, so I've got the top attached to the skirt. Pretty happy with where that is headed. And now I have cut slits, or I just like released the side seam on the sides to create slits. And I think I'm just gonna put in fabric to fill in the space, but I think I'm gonna raise the slit just a little bit higher because you can kind of see this is like cupping under a little bit. I would prefer that it just kind of fall straight down from the bum, and then put in, I think it's called a godet. If it's not a godet, I'll put the actual word that it's called. But just put in like a triangle of fabric basically to widen the skirt a little bit, and you know, see how I like that. Alrighty, so I've added the panel to the side. I actually ended up going up to the waist with the split where I added the panel, and really, I mean, it's almost not even noticeable where I added the extra fabric here. Adding a little extra panel of fabric to a side seam is something that I've done several times before when I have cut something too small. Super happy with that. I'm very happy with the amount of ease now that is in this dress. I'm trying to decide if I want to add a slit. Let me do a little walk here. I think it's okay. I don't know, I probably couldn't run in this. I mean, this is like the range of motion that I have in this dress right now. Even that's kind of stretching it probably right there. But I think I'm gonna call it done. All right, so next up on our to alter list of my thrifted items from last week is this pair of Ralph Lauren jeans. Now these fit fantastic in the butt and the thighs, but they are way too big in the waist. So I'm gonna do a pretty straightforward and simple alteration to make these fit me a little bit better. And this is an alteration that I've actually had to do quite a lot on pants because I run into this issue a lot when I buy ready to wear pants. And I've actually gone over this particular alteration in a previous video, which I will link in the cards up here and down in the description below this video. So I'm gonna kind of race through this today and not spend too much time on this, but I'll give you the basics. So basically, I'm going to seam rip the waistband and the belt loops off of the side and the back of the pants, and I'll just leave it attached at the front of the pants. Then I'll try on the pants, pinch out the excess at the waist and take it in by sewing it on the sewing machine. Then I can trim the waistband in the center back. I'm just gonna cut it right in half at the center back and take in the waistband at the center back the same amount that I took it in at the side seams and sew that together. Then I can just refold and reattach the waistband onto the pants and top stitch everything in place, reattach the belt loops, and my pants will be finished. And very wearable and probably a perfect fit. Okay, last but not least, I want to turn this dress into a top. I don't love the kind of like flowy skirt at this length for me. It's just not really my style. I got this dress last week at the thrift store and I really loved the print and the color on it, but I really think it would just be cuter as a top for my own personal style. And I also really like the top because it's got this nice shirred detail so that it's, you know, nice and stretchy and comfy. So I'm just gonna cut it off just below where the waistband of my pants would fall. My belly button's right here. Most of my pants come up just below my belly button, and I would like this to hit right at the waist of like my jeans. And then I'll just do a simple baby hem and that will be it for this flip. All right, that wraps up the thrift flips for this week. I love how these turned out, and I'm actually really happy with this dress. I have a feeling I might end up shortening it into like either a midi length dress or even an above the knee length dress, just for a little bit more casual look. I feel like with the long length it feels a little bit more dressy, a little bit more formal. I just don't have that many things that I'm doing that require me to wear a fancier looking dress. So I may end up shortening it just so that I'll get a little bit more wear out of it. I love how it turned out. Insets that I did here on the side, I mean, you can't see it in here, but I mean, you can barely tell. So that ended up working out really well. Ideally, I would have just cut it to the right size to begin with. And what I might have done differently is actually basted that seam where I wanted it before I cut it. I think I cut it a little too prematurely. As much as I was nervous about cutting into this dress, I did end up cutting it too small and it turned out okay, which I guess is just a lesson that it's fine. You can figure it out. You can work it out. And I had so much fabric left over from the part that I cut off. Now the pants turned out great. The jeans, I love them. I'm so happy that I did that little flip on those. So I know I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of those pants. I'm very excited about that. And then the little dress that I turned into a top, that was so freaking simple to do, and I love it so much more as a little tank top. And actually, I was wearing it with my little nippies that I talk about all the time. You guys are probably tired of hearing about them. I'm never going to stop talking about them though. but I was wearing them with the nippies, and I think I could actually wear that with a sports bra, like, you know, kind of a strappy little sports bra, and I think that would also be really cute, kind of give a little bit of a sporty vibe. So I probably will end up wearing it with a sports bra most often. So I do have that beach trip coming up very soon. I plan to bring all of these items with me. Very, very happy with how they turned out. And I was actually pretty impressed with myself because I managed to do all of these thrift flips in like 2 days. So I did the dress the majority of Tuesday, finished it up on Wednesday, and then did the pants and the top converted from a dress yesterday. So today's Thursday, yeah. So I managed to do all of that in less than 48 hours, and it didn't burn me out. So I think that that just goes to show that you can really turn things around pretty quickly and get a few pieces that you really like from previously loved and previously owned items. Is there anything else I want to say about this dress? I did try to kind of dress it down with my birdie button up here and my knockoff Tevas, but is it knockoff or Teva dupes? I guess they're dupes that I got on Amazon. I bought these because I was like, you know, I don't know, like I wanted to see how much I was going to wear them. And I wore them a lot last summer, and I already know that I'm going to be wearing them a ton this spring and summer. So I think I will go and get some of those like platform Tevas. I think those would look really cute with the jeans. I mean, they would look cute with just about everything that I have in my spring and summer wardrobe. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to subscribe and make sure you have the little bell icon highlighted. That way you'll be notified when I release new videos in the future. And let me know what you guys thought about these flips in the comments. Which one was your favorite? What might you have done with these pieces? Okay, I think that's all I have for you today. I will see you in the next video. Bye.